Okay. Yeah, true enough. From Shima's Cape Police Station to National Highway number 133 southbound, we proceed to the Prefecture Highway and advance further out toward the Cap. A range of... My mouse is disappearing and reappearing for some reason. I don't know why. A range of slowly rotating wind turbines come into view, indicating our proximity to the sea. I doubt you really thought I was sick. You're trying the police stations first, not the hospitals. Accurately in weather forecasts and interpersonal communications make society run smoother. Pouting again, she continues her harangue. You're climbing the Himalayas or something. That would be an interesting climb. Sorry, I hate trains. Would you not mention this to the other students? I don't want them getting any funny ideas about me from the get-go. I got enough of that from the police to last me a while. Or about an hour. Actually, even before we ended up in the station. The car proceeded about 500 meters along the area of reclaimed coastal land before she brought it to a stop. So that's what he meant by landfill, I see. As I'm recalling the words of the detective from before, the woman continues our conversation with a sudden cheerful tone. Very nice, very even looks like a school. Although I heard it was a new school, its external appearance generally isn't what I expected. A 3-story building, the pure white color of the outer walls is the only typical school-like element, with every other aspect more closely resembling a city office building. The gates to the right and left are less evocative of a school gate than a functional fence at some facility. Okay, my mouth is going to be jumbled here. Mounted signboard likewise is an utilitarian thing printed in a simply typeface rather than a hard-drawn work of calligraphy. I've only just arrived at this place. If I said I was deeply moved by the sight, it'll be a lie. Luckily she doesn't know a thing about his entire background from start to finish. With an exaggerated sign, she opens her hands wide in the overblown gesture of a third-rate actor. Oh boy, my mouth's going to be jumbled. Oh god. Her rigmarole is apparently interrupted by the high-pitched shrieks of two girls. And one of the many characters that I hate in the show and in this game is that little girl back there. Frickin' Machina. What type of name is that anyway, Machina? Like, I know, I can understand other things being called Machina or an object, not a person. And also I'm confused, is that cicada tied up by a rope? Like, am I the only one seeing this? Like, does she somehow rope a cicada? Okay, yep, that's gonna hurt my eyes from following. Say I don't know how to react. Are you okay? I don't know how to respond to this. Ow! I think I hit my nose too hard on that. Normal. Could you define that term? Is there a class where we chase each other around brandishing insects? I don't think I do, but it's nice to see that it's a lively school. Having apparently forgotten what she was planning to do with her outspread hands, she tottered through the school gate. Her office is positioned quite near the school building's front entrance. The furniture is nicely arranged based around an old-fashioned desk and chair. In contrast to the incongruity of the building's external appearance, the room is a textbook example of an old-fashioned principal's office. I sat on the genuine leather sofa that's one of the room's more prominent furnishing. Yeah, I have artificial leather for a chair. Also, sadly I can't like lay back in this. After waiting for me to settle myself, she lowers herself into the seat across from me. On a practical level, nice to meet you might be the better option. Now, I've heard there isn't really much of a backstory. I only got this much from the anime, that she was paid, that our character was paid to guard her some point before all this. It then saved her life. And then one time they were having a weird conversation like, I wanted to have a normal student life, and I'm guessing that's what's happening here. Again, there was so little detail that didn't give me much to go on. For this. With a slight amused smile, Principal Tachibana takes out a pamphlet. She flips past a couple of pages of the brochure I hadn't noticed, but her fingernails are lightly polished. And to answer where we are, we're in the Kanto region. Not Pokemon Kanto region, the actual Kanto region in Japan. But the principal talk shifts to more detailed matters. Each Beach Express is an enormous corporate group with its hands in real estate and large-scale retail, but its core business is the management of the rail line connection Tokyo and Haneda Airport. The EBE management is shouldered by the Sakaki family. It seems possible that this Sakaki Academy Corporation is also administered by them directly, but that's only a guess based on circumstantial evidence. There's a lack of public information on this secretive corporation activities. The very existence of this academy isn't well known. Didn't gain anything that could be called definite proof from my investigation so far. Her fingers come to a stop, bringing her hands gently together. The principal races her gaze on the pamphlet and meets my eyes. Yeah. Normal. Oh, if you think about it, there's no... Here's the thing. There's two things I never really believe in. Normal and perfection. Because one, nothing can be perfect. There's no such thing. And normal, well, everyone has their own form of normal. It doesn't matter what it is. It's normal to them. It doesn't mean it's normal to you. That's just like a bias thing, I think. Would it be called bias? I'm not sure. I have a few questions. First, today is a weekday. But there was barely anyone on the school grounds. What's going on? Only 6. Really few. That include our friends with the cicada just now? Question 2. Where am I living from today on? A dormitory, is it? In that case, not a problem. Before we finish, one last thing. For this last question only, I stare directly into her eyes. I need to confirm the principal's intention in bringing me here. After all said and done, is this a normal school? The principal closes her mouth. After a moment of silence, she opens it again. A gentle smile. I'm convinced that she isn't lying to me to further some hidden self-interest. The principal slowly stands up and walks to the window side. The athletic grounds are visible from the window. Although resembling those of a normal school, the grounds are skittered by an impermeable high wall. A mere handful of students, the bizarrely exaggerated facilities, the on-campus dormitory, the high wall surrounding it all. They clearly indicate abnormality. Abnormality, that's something I believe in. That. I guess you're right. I can't tell if I want to smile. The principal turns to me. Here's the thing. I only have two favorite girls in this whole, in the anime and in the show, and then in this game. One of them would be Sachi. The second would be Sakaki. Sakaki being the first one, being my most favorite. Sachi will be the second. Third would be the double personality Michiru's. I say that with but the notion of that. And then we have my two least favorites. Amen because of her sluttiness, and Machina because it's Machina. It's really hard to explain. Understood. Yeah. With a nod, I rise to my feet. On the ground outside, a gust of salty sea air kicks up a cloud of sand. The cicada pair from earlier don't seem to be around. That Kumin guy, a student here too. So you don't have a minute grasp of the movements of the students, you see. Merely, is it? The principal walks towards the interior of the building. Left there by myself, I stare vacantly up at the ceiling. Soon I unconsciously fallen into my habit of counting the number of visible sprinklers, then roughly estimate the scale of the building. Calculating the time needed to gain control of the front entrance and sending the school to the location of the emergency exits. Not that many support pillars are there. Guess that's why the ceiling is a bit low. Having grown absorbed in analyzing the building, I don't even notice the tug at my sleeve. Sachi! Until the final "excuse me" I'm of many finally catches my ear. I don't know why. I drop my gaze in the direction of the voice and find a girl in housemaid clothes looking up at me. Not that she's a particularly diminutive height, except her in comparison to a taller male like me. No one's going to admit that they're an intruder if you ask them point blank. The maid nods several times, slowly closes her eyes, and begins to repeat my words. And also, scales fall from my eyes. What is this? No game, no life with that one girl who cries scales? Like, I don't understand. Can someone explain to me what that what that phrasing is? No need to repeat yourself. Flexibility thinking isn't your strong suit, clearly. No, never mind. So what does a maid want with me? I can't... I don't even know how... This would be the second time today I heard that pickup line. You're a lot tougher than you look, maid. At this point, having noticed our voices, the principal calls out to the girl. Seems this maid was Komen all along. Okay, let's see. We're wearing the school uniform. And we're inside the building, which, if we were to break in, there would normally be an alarm. Think. For a second. Just think. Even though our alarm would not go off because it's us, but you know what I'm getting at. I'm Kasumi Yuji. Good to meet you. I don't think you introduced yourself. At this time, it's nothing but the first name, I had this thought earlier with the other two, but you certainly gather some unique elites here. Which would mean that she's a student too. That's not really my point of confusion here. Our uniform creates certain preconceptions. For example, if I see a girl wearing bunny ears and a bar, I don't ask what she's done with her Bible. That's not an explanation. See, you're a devoted one. That fallen bunny girl's sister could learn a thing or two from you. I wasn't really intending that to be a compliment, but there's no point in telling her that. Especially since it's Sachi, she takes literally everything that you say literally. And I do mean literal. So should I turn my mic down a little bit? Just a smidge. No objections. Yeah, if you would. The maid slowly begins to walk, but quickly comes to a stop in front of the management room. Stop dead. She stares at me with an expression that clearly indicates she has something to say. What's wrong? You need something? Come to think of it, you're right. Well, you can call me whatever you want. Yeah, this is her little attempt of trying to jog her memory. We've gotten pretty familiar all of a sudden. Sure, anyway, I'll call you Sachi. My bad, would Sachimon be better? Sachimon? What is he, a Pokemon? Pokemon Sachi. Although she would be a pretty awesome Pokemon now that I think about it. And also really dangerous. Her expression didn't change in the slightest, but her eyes at the moment she spoke those words at a strange forcefulness. That's so, alright Sachi, best regards and all that. Judging from her smile, it seems she doesn't dislike being called Sachi. Sachi isn't that really bad of a name, so... Nameplate. Seems to say it's the manager's room, though. In other words, she wants me to play the prison guard. Well, at the very least, 3 out of the 6 students living in this dorms are females. It'll probably be prudent to have a room as far as possible from theirs to avoid potential trouble. I invite you to take a look inside. When I open the door with the key she hands me, a prominently placed set of kitchen and household goods catch my eye. They seem to be in a good shape, and I can confirm with a glance that the room itself will be more than adequate living environment given my needs. And also, fair warning, there might be eye candy involved in the future. And I say this with certainty. So male viewers be male viewers be excited. Others, you're welcome to hate me. Anyways, let's continue. Got it. She seemed to have my thoughts, guessed my thoughts from the direction of my gaze. As a little test, I focus my eyes on a different point of interest, and she provides an explanation in the same way. Although she's a little off in some departments, she seems to be pretty sharp in other respects. See, it looks like there won't be any problems. As I speak, I twist the faucet over the sink. Was someone using this room before I came? The water's pretty clear considering. I see. Twist the faucet to stop the water, drop my luggage I've been carrying on the spot, and prominently leave the room. The standard student dorm community space, is it? That's so. Although I haven't heard those names before, they must be other students. I heard there are 11 rooms in total. Any reason why you picked one on the first floor? I get the idea. And also, next part, I feel like this is getting faster.